Umar Nurmagomedov wants a rematch, but Merab Dvalishvili isn't giving it to him that easy. After a razor-close title fight and a broken hand, the Dagestani prospect is ready for revenge. But Merab says, earn it. Here's what you need to know. Even though their first encounter was a razor-close battle, Merab Dvalishvili isn't in a rush to give Umar Nurmagomedov another title shot. At a UFC fan Q&A in Baku, the bantamweight champion stated clearly that Umar needs to fight one more, or maybe two, maybe three before he's even considered for a rematch. This isn't just about gatekeeping. Dvalishvili believes in earning your way back up, especially after a title shot that many fans and fighters felt came too soon for Umar. Nurmagomedov had only one ranked win before getting his chance at the belt, and despite starting strong, he ultimately lost the later rounds in the fight. Now that Dvalishvili has defended his title again, most recently by submitting Sean O'Malley at UFC 316, he's focused on other top contenders like Corey Sandhagen, who sits higher in the rankings. Dvalishvili made it clear. He's not afraid of a rematch, but Umar has to put in more work before stepping into another title fight. This stance sends a strong message. Being undefeated or part of the Nurmagomedov legacy doesn't guarantee shortcuts. In Merab's championship reign, title shots must be earned the hard way. If you're enjoying the video and want daily UFC updates, rumors, and fight breakdowns, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. MMA Thread uploads 3 times every day so you never miss a beat. Umar Nurmagomedov, now 18-1 in his MMA career, suffered his first professional loss at UFC 311. A 5-round war against Merab Dvalishvili. While he started strong, clearly winning the first 2 rounds on 2 judges' scorecards, things shifted after an unfortunate injury. Umar broke his hand early in the fight, which later required surgery. Despite this setback, Umar hasn't made excuses. Instead, he's addressed it with humility and focus. Speaking in an interview, Umar said, "I want the rematch. I want to prove that my broken hand was a factor, that it could have ended differently." But he also made it clear he's not obsessed with revenge. "If the rematch never happens, it won't be a tragedy for me. I'm not holding on to it emotionally," he added. This mature mindset reflects a broader goal. Umar isn't solely focused on Merab. He still believes he can become UFC Bantamweight champion, even if it means taking a longer route. He acknowledged Merab's toughness, saying, "He didn't even flinch when I hit him clean. He's a tough guy, strong, crazy cardio." However, Umar also pointed out Merab's lack of technical grappling, calling his style overwhelming but not advanced. Umar's focus now is rebuilding and climbing back up the rankings. He's already shown elite talent and composure, and with the right matchups and health, he's likely only a couple of wins away from title contention again. Even though Merab Dvalishvili is asking Umar Nurmagomedov to get more wins before earning another title shot, the UFC hasn't ruled out the rematch. In fact, it still might be on the horizon. After Dvalishvili's dominant win over Sean O'Malley at UFC 316, UFC CEO Dana White was asked about potential future opponents for the champ. He brought up Umar Nurmagomedov's name unprompted, calling a rematch between the two interesting, a clear sign that the UFC sees value in running it back. Why is the rematch so appealing? For starters, their first fight at UFC 311 was extremely competitive. Umar won the early rounds and pushed Merab harder than anyone had in years. Even though he ultimately lost, the fight was close enough to create intrigue about what a fully healthy Umar could do in a second meeting. On the other side, Dvalishvili's stock has never been higher. With a 13-fight win streak, including victories over legends like Petr Yan, Jose Aldo, and now Sean O'Malley, many are calling him the bantamweight GOAT. That kind of reputation makes every challenger's storyline more compelling, especially one involving a young, elite Dagestani fighter with ties to Khabib Nurmagomedov. In the eyes of the UFC, this isn't just about rankings, it's about legacy, storyline, and business. If Umar can grab a couple of solid wins and stay healthy, the UFC might fast-track the rematch sooner than Merab expects. As Dana White said, Umar rematch is interesting. In UFC terms, that's often a signal that big plans are brewing. Do you think Umar deserves an immediate rematch? Or should he fight his way back to the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to MMA Thread for non-stop UFC content, 3 times daily.